pisses me off with this Oscar Valdez situation, because it's like for you to get caught with fentanyl, A and B sample, and they let you fight, then they rob you, then they got the judge scoring at 117 to 110. What was he watching? He's saying that Rob only got 3 rounds, and we know, looking at both their faces, let alone the fight, we know he got more than 3. So, hey, they should be stripped automatically. I think they should be fined also.
Facts.
You get in their pockets, they might change.
For sure. Now, you remember the incident with the WBC. They came out and said that they're going to investigate Wilder for his comments, but they won't investigate Tyson Fury for cheating. It's so mind-blowing because this is factual information. Deontay Wilder was set to face a hearing for catching a body comment, but the WBC defends Oscar Valdez for PED and covering up him taking steroids and missing the weight. Then, like you mentioned earlier, robbing his opponent in the process with the referee and the judges. I mean, the corruption is so real because you see the double standards. You see Monroe, when he tested positive for PEDs, a black fighter, they automatically suspended him. But you see Oscar Valdez, they go out of their way to defend him, even willing to lie. They brought up the herbal tea situation, and we already know what time it is when it came to that. There's no herbal tea in the world.
Hey, I'm still trying to find that. I'm still trying to find it. I'm still trying to find that herbal tea.
There's no herbal tea in the world that got that drug phentermine in it. And, you know, it's crazy when they told Wilder at the time, questioning his mindset or his heart, trying to question his character because of his comments. But what's mind-blowing is Muhammad Ali, you know, always rocking his shirt, my favorite fighter of all time because of what he stood up for. Muhammad Ali,
absolutely,
he always used to say, if you're going to fight me, increase your insurance. What do you think that means? That means is that your health is on the line. This is a sport where you can physically kill your opponent.
Bring those guys. They can keep their title. I don't want that title. I want to strip them of that. Because I'm in pain. I want them to see pain. I want their kids to see pain. Lennox Lewis, I want his kids to say, oh, Daddy, are you okay, Dad? Yeah, I don't care about them because they don't care about me and my kids.
We know Mike Tyson said, I'm trying to eat his children. Pray me to Allah. So what do y'all think that means? I mean, Mike Tyson was so violent. Even Tyson Fury said the most outrageous things about Deontay Wilder and his pops. And they said they're going to do this and do that, end his career and possibly his life, right? They saying all these things.
Man, you know, they backtrack. One second is we're going to knock him out. Then the next second is his dad saying it's going to be his toughest fight. We know what's up, man. Just like we know with the COVID, that's a lie.
1 minute they're going to cancel the fight. The next minute they're going to end his career. We know what it is. But the point I'm trying to make is that you didn't hear the WBC come out at any point or at any given time and warn Tyson Fury for his comments. But they go out of their way to tell Deontay Wilder, you can't say this, you can't say that. And they want to investigate him.
I think that has to go with Mauricio Suleiman, man. WBC stands for We Back Canelo, We Back Cheaters. You know what I'm saying? It's a Mexican, you have a Mexican overseer, and I hate to put it like this, but when you have 4 people from one camp testing positive for PEDs, and yet and still, not only does the trainer get Trainer of the Year, they decide to increase combuterol levels for any other fighter who wants to use it. And then with Oscar Valdez, first he lies and says it's tea, which we obviously know. You can't put phentermine in tea and sell it over the counter. So then he lied. Now he's saying he doesn't know. You know, that's their last leg. WBC, they see Canelo as their cash cow, and that's why they had a WBC employee be that judge and judge it the way it was, man. And it's just sad. We watching really one of a bad dark age in boxing, man. And it's just sad that the champions, the real champions, get no love, but the Instagram fake get everything they want.
Yeah, and the WBC is supposed to be an organization, but they behaving like a cartel. I mean, it's like the WBC is a dictatorship. Why haven't there been a new president for years? If it's a voting system, there should be an election every year, and we're supposed to have a president every other year, right? But instead, the presidency is always passed down from generation to generation like it's a kingdom. Maurice Suleiman is the king, and Canelo Alvarez is the prince. That's what it seems like. Like you pointed out, it's like Canelo and his team can't do no wrong. Not one fighter, not two fighters, not three fighters, but four
Not
fighters.
Four.
Four fighters in Canelo Alvarez camp tested positive for PEDs. And three of them were not punished. Then after there were so many fighters testing positive for PEDs and steroids, fighters on the hope list or fighters from Mexico City, because obviously the president is Mexican, what the WBC did, like you mentioned earlier, he increased the computer roll limit, which basically you could cheat legally. They increased the computer roll limit, telling Canelo, hey, Canelo, yeah, you could take whatever you took before because now we increased the limit, so you're not going to get caught. Now Canelo could cheat legally pretty much. And that's what they did with Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez tested positive for fentanyl, and the WBC came out and said it's not a drug. It's not a PED. So why is it banned if it's not a PED? I mean, it's a proven PED that increase speed, endurance, and help you lose weight, lose all the fat while maintaining the muscle. It increases your stamina. This is the perfect definition of a PED. This is exactly what steroids do. So how is it not a PED? And why is it banned the night of the fight if it's not a PED? Because obviously it clearly is. So it just shows you the type of corruption we're dealing with. They want to lie to our face and smile like we stupid. Like Victor Conte
like we're
said.
stupid. You know, they would treat us like we're the dumbest fans. Like, you know, you can't use Google. And you know, AKHi, I just hope you can continue to just wake the world up, man, because I'm in these comments on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm fighting for these boys. And it's so crazy that a lot of these people are just lost. They lost. They don't even know the truth of what's really going on, man. So, hey, keep on trying to get as much exposure as you can, brother.
Like I always say, I always put the whole truth together like puzzle every single time. So I always put the facts together. One thing about me, I don't talk my opinion. I always mention facts. It's always the whole absolute truth with me. So that's why when they come and try to debate me, they end up getting knocked out too quick because I don't argue. I educate. That's what these people don't realize. I only speak facts. I only mention facts. You never hear me talk about my opinion unless I'm predicting a fight. And 95% of the time, 99% of the time, I get my prediction right. Nevertheless, not to brag or boast, I do want to mention one last thing. When you see these double standards, the WBC are racially biased, right? Because we see it in our face. Absolutely. We see Monroe, like I said, when he tested positive for PEDs, he couldn't fight. But when Oscar Valdez tested positive for PEDs, they defended him blind. We see when Adrian Broner mentioned anything about, hold on, I think I got it right here.
They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.
Even my own AKHi can get it. Everybody know the motto on Split Decision. A lot of people didn't take it personal because he was talking about everybody. Mexicans, Americans. He just talked about anybody can get it. It's a rhyme.
Just to throw another side double standard in there. But then you have guys like Tyson Fury, like Conor McGregor. And like Shakur was saying a few days ago, he goes up there and say, you know, I'm going to whoop your ass. Everybody cries about it. But you got Tyson Fury calling Deontay Wilder a Dulce, a B, a P, all this and stuff. And, you know, they love that. So, you know, that right there shows another double standard in boxing.
Exactly. Adrian Broner, he rhyming the words. All he's doing is rhyming the word. I mean, we already know the tactics of AB, you know, brush my hair, all that. And he's just rhyming the words. And they suspended him. The WBC, if I'm not mistaken, they suspended him till he apologized for his comments as if he said some racial things. And then we obviously see with them, they want to investigate Wilder for his comments about catching a body. Then turn around and defend Tyson Fury for cheating. And they don't want to investigate him. They turn around and defend Oscar Valdez for taking PEDs and putting his opponent, Robson, life on the line. So we see what the WBC is all about. Like I said, it's officially, the WBC stands for We Be Cheating, the World Boxing Corruption Organization. Absolutely. Until they get it together, the walls are closing in. The walls are closing in. All these MBF witness protection titles, no black fighters witness protection franchise that they created to block the fighters on the coincidental list from fighting the fighters on the hope list. All that is coming to light. Everybody sees it. Everybody is woke. This ain't the 1960s, 1970s where you could do things like that and get away with it. No, man.
Like
Social media.
You can't keep pissing on our head and calling it rain. You can't keep doing that. After a while, people gonna start waking up.
Exactly. That's my point. Exactly. But
What do you think about Oscar apologizing? You saw the fight. What do you think? You saw that he apologized. What do you think? Did you see the same thing I saw?
Yeah. I saw him reading a script. That's what I saw. I seen his eyes moving, scrolling over, reading
Like a rehearsed script. Yeah.
He was reading from script. It wasn't from the heart because obviously they doing damage control. There's no fighter in the world that's going to admit that he cheated. They're always gonna lie and say, "Oh yeah, I didn't know." "Oh yeah, you didn't know? It magically popped up in your tea, and it was herbal tea, and you can't provide herbal tea." We know what time it is, So
hey, AKHi, me and you both know that's bullshit.
It's definitely a terrible look on their behalf, and the truth will always come out. So it's pretty much an attempted murder. When you take steroids or PEDs, enhancement performance,
you hit the nail. It is attempted murder because these fists are registered. We have to register these fists. Exactly. These fists are registered, and they're a license to kill. And if you have an altered DNA and a muscle structure, that you have an advantage, even if it's 1%. That's a 1% that could hurt another fighter in your weight class. AKHi, I like your channel, bro.
This is Tyson shit, and these are his his sparring gloves that we've been sparring with. As you can see, there's no padding in here, and all the padding's in the back. And there's shit falling out from the middle of the glove. Because of where you're going in your career, your manager should know about stuff like this and you really got to get I'm sorry to be a dick, but you got to get your manager on board with the entire thing. Because the entire camp, what kind of gloves he wears, this is your manager's job to protect you. I'm supposed to protect you too, but what am I going to say to them? "Hey guys, Tyson shouldn't have those gloves, it's unsafe. Barry, get the fuck out of camp."
Me too. I'll go home.
Yeah, but this.
I don't mind the 2 weeks. I've done enough.
Bro, not only these gloves beat up, you could I can tell. No, I can tell. They pushed us to the front. Beating these gloves up on a wall or something. Look, you can see that from here.
I can't believe that. But I personally,
I'm shocked. This does shock me. It doesn't shock me.
Bro, I can't do it.
It shocks me.
No, but I don't think.
No, don't. Here, you make.
The Bible tells us that silence is golden, but my ears can still hear and my eyes can still see. The Bible also tells us to be swift to hear and slow to speak. You see, what you don't understand, thief, what you did is what my people deal with all the time. Someone cheating them from providing their greatness into the world. But it's a burden that we cut off only to make us stronger. I saw in the first fight where Ricky Haddon was pulling down your gloves to put your fist in an improper position. Y'all tried the same method the second time, but this time you scratched flesh out of my ears, which caused my ears to bleed. It's impossible for a brand new 10-ounce glove to bend, to keep a smushed in form, or to have loose space. I highly believe you put something hard in your glove, something the size and the shape of an egg weight. Here's the reason why the side of my face swelled up in an egg weight form. And it left a dent in my face as well. But in the midst of it all, you still couldn't keep this king down. You would have had to kill me. In the end, it took a crab in a bucket referee and a disloyal trainer to throw the towel in just to stop me. Proverbs, the 6th chapter, 30, 31st says, excuses may be found from a thief who steals because he is starving. But if he is caught, he will have to pay back 7 times what he stole, even if he had to sell everything in his house. And payback is coming.